ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, but
boom. Where are we? Are we here? We're here. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday night,
Hey,
and we're here.
nice.
What's going
A
on?
little bit of a break there, but
Yeah, we
we're back.
did. We took a vacation break. We'll talk about that next. So, welcome to our segment we like to call "Okay, Seriously." This is where you ask questions and we give answers. Um, we're not qualified to give any particularly helpful answers, but
Nope.
we no professional advice here whatsoever. We do our best. So thank you for coming. But yes, Green Pants, thank you again for joining us. Always wonderful to see you, of course.
Yep. And I, like you, have absolutely no qualifications or any real credentials in order to give advice on pretty much anything. But I have a lot of opinions,
Yes,
and I'm not afraid to just say them out loud.
yes,
So let's do this.
yes. Let's do this
Yeah,
indeed. Yeah.
absolutely.
So
And I like to think my opinions are helpful.
yeah, I absolutely, no question. The what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were out for a week there, and that was 2 weeks actually. Both were my fault. Yeah, I was on vacation, so I
Yeah,
was
yeah, you
down.
were.
I was on a cruise ship in the Caribbean, and it was pretty
Yep.
good because it was like freezing rain here, so that was
Yeah,
nice. Not have to
yeah,
deal
it
with
was.
that.
Sure, it was real nice.
I would
Yeah,
have. I would have brought you. I'm
Snowball
just
was working good.
saying.
It's
So far,
it's
it's
fine.
working
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
I would have
I am
brought
really
you.
glad you had a wonderful time
I
on
had
your
a, I
vacation.
had a great time. It was good and
Vanguard.
relaxing. It was good and relaxing, and it was saw some Caribbean islands, and it was great. I played some trivia. By the way, you were looking at the supreme winner of superhero and supervillain trivia from cruise ship.
That now that did you line that up beforehand? Because that sounds like you were a ringer brought in for that. Was it literally questions
No,
about
it
comic book
was.
superheroes and
It was a
supervillains?
question about comic superheroes. Yeah, there were two I missed, and I will share them with you to see if you get them. We could do as a little prelude. What
Was there anyone that came close to you? Like, was there any
three
other?
three questions behind was the next closest person, and it was at a
Okay.
it was at a 24 questions, and so I got 22. Next closest person got 19.
Okay, so
No.
you crushed them.
I was ahead, yeah, for sure, for sure. So the ones I didn't get because I never watched the show, the Teen Titans. You ever watch the Teen Titans cartoon?
Hmm.
So
A little bit.
the character
Mainly the live action though.
got it. So the character Raven in the cartoon says something every time she uses her power. I didn't know what that was. It's like Azuma Mama Zabiyai something.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
I
It's
wouldn't
like
Yeah,
something
I do from that because she's totally different in the cartoon than she is in
in the
like
show.
comics. In
And
the
the
show,
comics,
on the
right.
Disney show.
Yeah, so I didn't know what that was. Some of the people there did, so they actually got one that. And then what was the other one I didn't know? Oh, this one you should know. I think you would know if I had you with me. I would have got this. What 1986 feature film? I'm sorry. What was the first? What was the first film? What film? What was the first superhero film that came out in 1986? Was basically what it was. What superhero film came in 1986? Full length feature
Like
film.
Howard the Duck.
Yes, that's what it was.
Is it
I
Howard
couldn't.
the Duck. Yeah.
I couldn't let go because the way the question was worded, I'm not saying exactly how it was worded. The way it was worded suggested it was the first superhero film ever, and I'm like, that is physically not
Oh,
possible
yeah.
because Superman came out in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
1978, right? So I'm like,
right, exactly.
I'm like, this question's wrong, and I couldn't get over that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm like, are they saying Superman and just got the date wrong? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to like overanalyze it and stuff. I'm like, no, it's Howard the
Right.
fucking Duck, and I'm like, all right, well, there we go.
Right.
So,
But yeah, in '86, I think that was
Yeah.
Howard's year.
because Michael Keaton Batman was 91, I believe, right?
No, '87.
No, come on.
89. Sorry,
89. Okay, that's what I thought. It was late 80s at best. Yeah, okay, got it. So 86 Howard the Duck, 89 Batman, and then, yeah, 78, I believe it was for the original. And then, yeah, so I got those two wrong.
Superman Returns was like '82 and 2. I think that was like
Superman
81.
2 was 82, I believe. It might have been 79, 82, and then 86. What's the Richard Pryor one? That was like 86.
The worst one.
It
Yeah.
was horrible. And then the one with the sun guy with Gene Hackman's voice. What was it? You remember that one?
Oh my God, that was even-
Nuclear Man. It was worse. I almost wanted Richard Pryor
I
back.
think we should get to helping people with.
You're right. We should not go on this.
Because I think
Yes.
we're veering.
Yeah, we are. We're totally varying. So let's get to our first question because as usual we are here to help. So let's see. So our first question.
Right.
And again, some of our viewers here submitting our questions. Some of them are pretty lengthy and they couldn't fit on our screen here. So I'm gonna read the entire question though, but it won't necessarily match what you're reading right now. All right. So first one comes from Stanley from Cucumber, West Virginia. Stanley asks, "I'm a 51-year-old man, currently dating a woman with 2 daughters from a previous marriage. Their ages are 12 and 15. I really like this woman and think we may have a future together. However, I'm worried about how accepting her daughters will be. The 15-year-old consistently refers to me as Mr. Dead Behind the Eyes and Tiny Dick. My girlfriend sees no problem with this and finds her daughter hilarious and tells me to chill out and find a sense of humor. Am I wrong to worry that her daughter's hatred for me could affect our possible marriage plans? Asks Stanley.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and assume that Stanley didn't like reread his letter before posting, because it sounds like he wants to marry a woman whose daughter openly mocks his genitalia.
Right.
Did I hear that
That is,
correctly?
I believe you're interpreting that properly. Yes. I don't understand why. Like,
And that the same daughter also suggested that there is a giant black hole where his soul should be.
yes, and he has small genitalia. Both.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this will negatively affect any marriage plans. And what the fuck, Stanley? Like, what are you? What's going on? Like, I mean, whatever BDSM thing you have going on with this woman, shouldn't be brought into the larger family dynamic. Okay.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
But I think like how much of this is like 15? Like if like you have met 15-year-old girls before. They are they can often be emotional and reactive and ridiculous and cruel and all these things, right? So isn't this par for the course? And eventually she'll grow out of it, probably.
I think the issue is, he's basically saying that like the daughter hates him, and so that word hatred is such a strong word that like maybe marrying this woman if her daughter hates you could be problematic.
Yeah, but to my point, does a teenager even really know what hate is? You know what I mean? And in 3 years, in theory, the kid's out of the house, and then you're clear. You know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that. Yeah, the fact that I think what concerns me is that his partner has no problem with it. Like if the girls are just being obnoxious and are saying things, right, but she's like, haha, this is hilarious.
Whatever. Right.
Okay, there's a problem there, Stanley. I don't know, you haven't noticed it, but if the woman that you're thinking of marrying is totally fine with her daughters
insulting you,
belittling you,
right,
then enjoy that situation that you've got going on.
Yeah, that I think you're spot on with. I'll agree with that. That would be the greater area of concern than the daughter actually,
right,
with this
right.
behavior, right? Because, yeah, again, teenagers. I think the things we're missing from the story, but maybe we can presume, is a lot of it's going to depend on like what the ex, like what their father is like, is he still in the scene? Are they daddy's girls? You know what I mean? Do they see like this guy Stanley is like the threat, and no, you can't take over dad's job? You know what I mean? So the resentment there.
Yeah, because
if the dad's out of the picture, it's like.
Yeah, if I had two daughters and I was getting divorced from my wife and I found out their mother, yes, I would absolutely encourage them. I would say, can you please
make his
only refer to him as Mr. Tiny Dick? And can you make him feel as uncomfortable as possible and that his life is essentially worthless? And if you can do that, I will give you $1,000. And that's what I would say to both of them. And then we would see what happens.
Right.
So
definitely could be a situation like that. Or, but that's a big difference from that, or like the dad, left him completely out of the picture. I think that happens too, right?
Right.
But if he's in their lives and if they're really attached to him, then of course you might expect to see something like this because they're resentful that mom is going with another guy, so. But yeah, so Stanley, I think that's the thing. I think the thing to focus on is not necessarily the kid's behavior, but like your girlfriend's being okay with it.
or that it not only okay, but she is suggesting that you chill out and you're having the problem.
That you have the
you're
problem.
An adult and she has two children and the children don't respect you.
Correct. Because ultimately,
not looking good.
Exactly. Because ultimately, because ultimately, if you do get married, you will be a parental figure to these two girls, and they have to respect you, or you will.
It's not. They don't have to.
They technically don't have to.
They are not going to.
Right.
So,
but you are going to be
getting paid $1,000 by me to not be.
According to your theory, yes.
The guy. So yeah, $2,000.
Yes. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You gotta. You're going to be a parent to the part of the parenting and raising of these two girls, right? So, I mean, Chizo, you got to be able to get in the good graces. And again, I think your girlfriend's the one to kind of focus on here.
Yeah.
And I do believe the 15-year-old would eventually come around if mom was on board.
Like sexually? Are you talking about? Or
Oh,
I thought you meant the daughter and the
Oh.
mom. Okay, I'm sorry. I took that the wrong way. I
Right.
just assumed.
I was not talking
that was-
about
that's on me.
mom
on
daughter
me. You-
threesome was not something I was.
Yours was wholesome. I get that.
Right. And he's 51 and she's 15. I mean, there's a whole slew of wrong
yeah,
things in what you said.
I get those numbers mixed up a lot, like the 5.
Well, I mean, if you just flip them, it's just all good. Oh my goodness. Oh, Green Pants, you froze on me. Did I lose you? I might have lost you. I'm hoping you'll come back. We'll pass the time until you're back. See? Yeah. So we might have lost Green Pants. He might be having an internet issue. Oh no, there's two of me. That's awesome. Yay, two of me. So let us we'll give him a moment oh, he's on his way back. He's back. Oh, thank goodness.
Hey. Where did I go?
I don't know, man. I wonder if it was the
I've been right here.
I don't doubt that. I wonder if it was the authorities hearing you talk about the 51 and 15 thing. And then,
I think that might have been. I think I was canceled.
I think you were canceled by the yes.
Right out there.
Right.
Oh,
The
wow.
the extreme left has canceled you. Yes, because of you.
It's amazing.
They're really quick about it these days. I mean, it's just like that. It can
Wow.
happen so quickly. I know. Crazy.
Yeah, with so much going on.
But anyway, I'm glad you're back. So Stanley, hope that advice helps. So please, again, be careful, watch out for yourself. You got to think about yourself here. If you love this woman, you have to have this conversation with her, and you need to let her understand this is not correct behavior, and she needs to be on your team, right?
Right.
in regard to this.
Right.
And right now, it doesn't look like she is. So good luck, sir. All right, so let's move on to our next question here. So here we go. Our next question. What do we got? Roger. This comes from Roger from Monkey Run, Arkansas. Roger asks, let's see, get a little backstory here. I've had a relationship with a married woman for 3 years. Oh, Roger.
Ooh,
We're
okay.
starting off not great. She has a husband. Well, yes, she's a married woman. And children, and I'm single. For 3 years, she has told me that she loved me, that she wanted to be with me, but couldn't be because of the kids. 3 years I've spent the holidays alone. 3 years I couldn't hug and kiss her in public. 3 years I couldn't even call her when she was home. I fell into a depression. Finally, I decided I had enough and told her that we need to break up. She looked me in the eye, smiled, and asked, "Were we dating?" It was like a low blow after all the words of love she said to me. How can I handle the situation, as she never loved me and lied to me, says Roger. Oh, man. Gotta unpack this one.
Oh God. Okay, Raj, buddy. Hate to be the one to break this to you, but you were a side piece. Now there's nothing inherently wrong with just being a solid side piece. I mean, it's fine. There have been lots of really successful side pieces
But know your role.
throughout history, but do not confuse it with a spousal relationship. And I think that's what's happening. And why are you spending the holidays alone? Like, is there nothing going on in fucking Monkey Run?
Right. Do you know no one else? Do you know no one else, Roger?
Like, I mean, so you have a girlfriend who's married, so you know already that you're doing something maybe that's not on the up and up, and then during the holidays you just spend all your time alone in your own house sulking.
I'm looking up the population of Monkey Run.
Oh, what is the population of Monkey
I know,
Run?
I was very curious, right? It is
it's-
Monkey Run, Arkansas. Is what the hell is it? It's in the middle of nowhere.
2020 census.
Oh,
Well, it's Arkansas.
it's not.
I mean, where is somewhere in Arkansas?
There we go. Little Rock, isn't that a place?
It's even in the name. It's little. Like it
Yeah.
can't even. I mean, even the most famous city has to be diminutive.
I gotta check this really quick. Let's
What?
see. So Monkey Run, Baxter County. Yeah, the Wikipedia does not have the population, which is unusual because it usually does. Strange. So I don't know. We can't figure out that. I assume it's small.
I'm assuming there's not a whole lot going on.
I'm just trying to figure out the possibilities of our friend here, Roger, knowing this husband. You know what I mean? If it's a small town.
Oh,
It's-
well, I mean, he like he clearly, so he's dating someone that's married and has 3 kids. So he knows, like, she's committing adultery
Right.
with him on this husband.
Yes.
Yet, he is assuming they're in a loving dating relationship, and like, no, dude, you're a side piece. Like, that's what a side piece is. It's like a
Sure.
person that you're fucking that's not your spouse.
Sure.
Did Roger not read any memos? Has he not, like, been on the internet?
How this works? Yeah, I've more frequently heard the story from the gender swapped position, when the woman, the single woman, is having the affair with the married man, and the very consistent theme is he keeps telling her, "Well, I'm gonna leave my wife. I'm just waiting for the right time," and
Right.
strings her on for potentially years. Right? Sounds like this is now the gender swapped version of that, and she's kind of leading him on. So
Did she say? Oh yeah. So she said. Oh yeah, because he said that she was wanted to be alone with me but couldn't because of the kids.
right.
So essentially, she was. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Roger.
Led on.
Yeah,
Or led
sorry,
on,
buddy.
Roger. You know, it's sad.
But you must have had some good times in those 3 years, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
nailing a married lady. I mean, you know, you had something to tell all your. Oh right, you don't have any friends
Because you spend the holidays alone. So, and yeah, yeah,
Um,
and none of the responsibilities. I mean, it's not like you have to go get groceries at the end of the day and not to fix,
Yeah.
you know, and contribute to household chores or any of that stuff. You know, it's
Yeah, in the end, it's just you alone, Roger, with just yourself
Roger.
in
No,
the
okay.
universe.
Roger, here's the thing. So you in the universe, the
Aren't we all just specks of dust floating in an infinite void?
technically yes, we're leftover material from
Roger,
when our star formed.
except he's
and-
a little bit
and here we
smaller.
are. Except Roger. Just think of all that and a little bit
Yeah,
smaller.
he's a little bit smaller.
Right. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So Roger, clearly, like, you did not you did not mean to this woman what she meant to you, right? So it's very easy to confuse love and lust. And the woman's married, unhappy in her marriage. She was looking for an escape. You provided that escape,
You were that
Um,
escape.
right.
Congratulations.
and it could have been fantastic and very emotional and probably fulfilling emotional needs of her. She was not getting in her marriage. Awesome on that too.
Yeah.
But all of that is not necessarily the basis for a long-term romantic partnership, right? Which clearly this one was not interested
Be
in.
proud of your position as a side piece,
Yes.
and that you did solid work, but that contract is up,
Yes.
and it's time to go find yourself another married woman,
Yeah,
and give yourself another good 3 years.
I
Just
think.
keep that
See,
going.
here's where the communication thing comes in, right? In these situations, because it's like, with the realization now that this is the case, right? That meaning, like, how she sees you is not how you see her, right? She sees you as you're
Right.
just an emotional fulfillment that she's not getting, used for sex, you know, whatever other reasons that she's not getting at home. So acceptance of that, and then be very straight and communicative about that. Say, okay, look, we're just having a thing. All right, I'm gonna go date.
Right.
I'll see you when I can see you, but I'm gonna go date and have an actual relationship, and
Yeah,
right?
just say what is happening rather
Right.
than have something happening and then describe it completely as something else.
Right. Like, what were you expecting after 3 years if she's never gonna leave? And we don't know how old our kids are,
Right.
but this could be decade, right? That you want this mode for a decade. It's like, that's not really sustainable, right?
Yeah. So Roger, cut this one loose, let it go.
Yes.
Find yourself another lady with younger kids.
Yeah.
Start it over again. What could go wrong?
And the cycle continues anew. Right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
That's why we have a monkey
Yeah.
run Arkansas. Yeah.
But I think Roger, like, I'll end in a positive spin. I'm like, don't, the components of what you probably had were real to an extent, right? Like, maybe she did love you, but she wasn't going to leave her husband
Maybe.
for you, and she wasn't going to leave her kids for you, and she wasn't going to have a permanent relationship with you, right? She loved her time with you and enjoyed it, and that's the context of what it was, right? And you just weren't on that same page. So
And that's positive.
that's how we upswing it. Rock on,
Very
Roger.
helpful, Roger.
Hopefully, yes. And time to move on, Roger. And dude, get some friends.
Yeah.
Stop spending the holidays alone. Like, at
There are
least your
plenty of married
parents
women out there, and a lot of them have kids. So just
and a lot of them are
go
unhappy.
for it.
And
Yeah,
statistics
a lot of
show
them are unhappy.
a lot of them are unhappy in their marriages. Exactly. A lot of dick
Yeah.
husbands.
I mean, chances are pretty high you can find someone with kids and a really crappy husband. So
Yes.
Go for it,
There's
Roger.
a lot of that out there, unfortunately. But all right, moving
Every
on.
fish out in that sea.
That's right. All right, our third question. Okay, my girlfriend is going to see her mom in her hometown this week, and she has a very difficult relationship with her. Although she is in her mid-30s, she still struggles to distance herself emotionally from the trauma her mom has caused. What are some words of encouragement I can tell her when she reaches out to me and tells me how it's going? Of course, I told her I'm always here to talk, and that she's doing a very good job of standing up for herself, but I struggle a little bit with finding the right words to make her feel seen and safe. We've only been dating a few months. So, this comes from Andrew from Chicken Bristle, Indiana. So, Andrew.
All right, Andrew. Okay. What I will say is, I am sorry to hear that you have found yourself in a Nazi mom situation, and I believe you are right to offer words of encouragement. I think the thing is that you're going to need to be gentle but objective. So I don't know. Start with something like, honey, listen, this might be a little hard to hear, but your mother is rancid human trash, and it's just in human form, and she's a blight not only
On
on
legs.
you, but on society as a whole, and she makes you feel worthless because she herself is worthless. So it's probably time to start letting yourself run out the clock on the mom thing.
I hear you, but I think you gotta be.
I think that was gentle. I mean, you've got a Nazi. What do you do with a Nazi?
You punch Nazis is what everyone's
punch
supposed to punch Nazis, right? Right.
What have we been doing for
Right. So I think there's a line to be aware of here, right? Because I think that the fact that this is an ongoing thing with this relationship means that that there's a part of this girlfriend that loves and cherishes her mother as well as despises her. I think it's kind of a love-hate kind of relationship. So if you go too far and vilify her mother to a certain extent, she might get defensive and say, "Don't talk about my mother that way. How dare you?" Blah 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 blah, blah right? And then go that path. So but I think that yes,
you could encourage her to eventually run out of fucks to give.
Right.
Because if she can run out of fucks to give,
yes,
then that's it. Then mom is ghosted.
Yeah.
Bye, mom.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you need to barren your fucks field. Just like let it all. Go.
just make sure she has nothing left to give.
Yes. Yes.
And
exactly.
at that point,
Right.
she'll either be gone or hopefully dead.
There you go. Crikey. There you go. So
What?
yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on Andrew's side here. I just want what's best for Andrew. And it sounds like this lady isn't good for anybody.
yeah, and yes. So,
Too harsh? I don't know.
I don't know, maybe a little bit, but yeah. I mean, this being the support is absolutely the way to go. I mean, again, I think as you're supporting, you can give those gentle words of encouragement, like saying, you're not beholden to your mother anymore, right? You're a grown
Right.
freaking woman. You need to live your own life.
You're in your 30s.
You don't exist to
and-
please your mother, right? It's
Right.
You live your life, and it's up to her to accept you as you are or not, and that's her choice to make. This is advice you could give her. I think I would probably, seems like a good recommendation for therapist territory, right? Because she really has that much of a troubled history with her mother. You could probably
if she
benefit
doesn't
from.
if she's in her 30s and she does not feel seen or loved by her
Right.
mother, therapy is something that I think would be super helpful. Probably a good chance her mother is just a rancid piece of human garbage, and that happens, unfortunately, like a lot.
Sure.
More often than you'd think. You got to be supportive, but at the same time, encourage your girlfriend to maybe put up some barriers there.
100%. That's exactly what I was going to say.
SS.
But I think going to professional therapy for the girlfriend may be helpful in making that happen, right? Because I think it's very. I know a ton of people who have these kind of parental struggles as they get older in adult life, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why are you so beholden to your parents? You're a grown freaking adult. Get over it. It's like stop trying to please them. But people can't. Because they're just wired into that habit and stuff. So I think it takes a lot to.
Right, and that's why I think Andrew can be that person to pull the plug on that situation, to do the hard disconnect, be like, your mom's a Nazi, fuck
Right,
her, let's
right.
go.
Right, right, and set those boundaries, right? And... Yep.
And I suggest you specifically use the word Nazi. I think that's appropriate. Because
not overused. Not overused.
I mean, does it break the Godwin's rule? Yes, obviously, right off the bat. But I don't know. I think it gets the point across in relatively few words.
Yeah, sure.
Like, your mom is a Nazi.
Is a Nazi.
Nazi has a lot of connotations, and if her mom is caused a lot of emotional trauma, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put her in the Nazi bucket.
There you go. There you go. No, I agree. And again, it's the setting the boundaries and hopefully encourage her to do that, Andrew. But you're being a good guy for sticking in there and supporting her the way you are. So keep that up. And like I said,
I mean, I know what's going on in Chicken Bristle, Indiana, but the fact that you're writing in and that you want to help her is definitely a good sign that you're doing the right thing.
Gold star, Andrew. Kudos to you.
Good job, Andrew.
Yes, well done. Keep it up. Tell her to put up those boundaries.
Punch the Nazi.
Do not punch this woman's mother.
Punch the Nazi.
Andrew, listen carefully. Do not punch this woman's mother. Okay. I saw that. All right, I'll look away. I'm looking away. Okay, you can. Okay. I don't know what happened. I'm turning back. Okay. Oh, wait, I came back.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to the next question. Hopefully that helps, Andrew. Question 4. Here we go. So, okay, this comes from Heather from Bald Knob, Arkansas. It's a lot of Arkansas today. I'm very confused about how I can meet my boyfriend in real life. He is Nigerian, but he is working in Russia. He cannot leave Russia without fear of not being able to get back home and losing his sponsorship. I want to go meet him in Russia, but I live in Texas. We talk and text on the phone all the time. I've never met him in real life, but I'm planning on selling enough things to purchase his ticket to the USSR. There is no US. Okay, I'm going to move on. Once there, can we just stay there together? I don't care about politics, so the wars aren't something I'm concerned about. Heather from Bald Knob, Arkansas. Wow.
She's not concerned about the wars, so that's good.
Is it though?
Okay. Wow.
Is it good?
I like to start with a positive, so I would say that the sentence structure of that was written in such a way that I cannot tell immediately that she was raised on a diet of lead paint chips and asbestos.
I was gonna say she wants to move to a place she doesn't even know the name of. Since USSR hasn't existed since the 80s.
Right. So I can totally relate to Heather wanting to get the fuck out of Texas. I mean,
fair.
They've got a racist, crazy governor there who's putting medieval torture devices in the middle of the Rio Grande River, like for fun and giggles. But yeah, there are a few kind of small details I think she's missing, such as she looked at a map in 35 years.
Yes. Because
she's going to have a little trouble finding the USSR.
Like, wait, what's that? I can hear her high school geography teacher screaming right now.
I would say that while the USSR does not exist, Heather, Russia still does in some form, and I can speak with authority to say that there is absolutely nothing Russians like more than Africans and Western foreigners. So I think you should go there and just be happy. I don't think anything could go wrong. Clearly, if you don't care about politics, then if you don't, that's the whole thing about war. Like, if you don't think about the war, it can't hurt you. It's not happening. So that's smart. I mean, the fact that you realize that. So yeah, go there. You're untouchable, and you are gonna have an awesome life.
All right, Heather. I hope
buy that ticket.
I hope you're getting.
Maybe purchase it on a Max 10 while you're at it too.
I was almost kind of waiting for it when I'm Nigeria. I'm like, oh, Nigeria, like, there's those traditional Nigerian prince.
Nigerian princes.
Scam emails.
Yeah, the Nigerian prince scam that wants to send money, but I don't know. This sounds like it's on the up and up.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know, Heather. You didn't say how old you are. I gotta assume it's young from what you said. Yeah. Don't
You don't want to encourage Heather.
No, don't do this.
I think this Nigerian man loves you, Heather. He loves you very much. He is real. He is 100% real. And the person that you have been texting and talking to is absolutely real and absolutely loves you.
Right.
And you would probably best to maybe sell all your earthly possessions and then put them into
move to Russia.
and move to Russia. Walk, like, go to any town in Russia and
In the
just
middle of a
start
war.
yelling out his name
Right, and you'll find him, I'm sure, eventually.
loudly, and then eventually it'll figure itself out. Like Russia's like really nice. Like they've got a lot of good things going on right now. So I think you'll it's better than Texas. And I think I can say that objectively.
She just from Arkansas. I don't know why. I don't understand that. She lived in Texas, but she signs up from Arkansas. So I don't even know. So not only does she not know like what Russia is, she doesn't know where she lives. I think currently.
And she lives in maybe she wrote that
Maybe she wrote it when she lived in Texas, moved to Arkansas. I don't know.
Yeah, we would need to know more about what type of paint it was that she was eating, because different types of lead can lead to different
oh my god,
cognitive inability and whatnot. But yeah, no, Heather, go for it. Yep, 100%.
All right, and I'm gonna give the counterpoint. Heather, it's a horrible idea. There is no future in this relationship. Move on.
You're just cynical, Heather.
Do not freaking move to Russia.
Follow your heart.
Do not move for a man that you don't even know exists.
I know exists. I don't know. He exists to me. She says he texts her and talks to her all the time.
All the time, I'm sure. And yeah.
I'll just say that perhaps you're more cynical than I, but I believe in true love. I would like to see these two young people live happily ever after in the
Russia.
utopia that is modern Russia.
Sweet Jesus. All right, Heather. Take that advice for what it's worth. You've heard Green Pants' story. I'm telling you, don't go. Get out of this relationship. Move on. Plenty of opportunities out there. Don't ruin your life to move to a country where you will be likely miserable. And you don't even know anything about this guy, really.
They have great food. Love it.
They got blue jeans now, I heard, which is great.
Yeah.
And not when they were the USSR, they couldn't, but now they can.
Right, and they don't conscript women, I don't think.
I don't believe so.
She probably will not be conscripted immediately.
Right.
So
they'll fight the wars that you don't believe in, that you're not concerned about.
Right. Yeah, because because she's not political, so she won't. It's not going to get dumped on the front lines in Ukraine. So,
if they come and try to conscript you, just say no. I'm not concerned about this war, so I don't.
Yeah, be like, I don't care about your politics,
right.
And then that's when they walk away. Yeah. I mean, if more people did that,
totally happens. Right. Exactly. Oh, Heather, young love.
Yeah.
We're gonna move
Enjoy
on.
that though. Yeah.
All right, our last question. Our last question is from Carl. Carl from Scratch Ankle, Alabama asks, so yesterday, after 3 years of saving, I purchased a very high-end gaming laptop, and I intend to use it. My girlfriend is worried that she will get tired of not being able to text me for a few hours at a time. I'm trying to make her sign up for Discord so we can call sometimes while I'm playing games, and so that she can see my screen. She keeps telling me she will be bored and might eventually break up with me. I will have Instagram open on my computer to talk to her. Obviously, I won't spend the majority of my time doing that, and we will still see each other almost every day at school. But I would like advice on how to reassure her or how to handle this. She doesn't play any games. How do couples with only one gamer work out? There's a bunch to unpack here, too.
The person left is called an incel. That's what that is. A gamer couple is when one couple is normally the lady leaves, and what you have remaining is the incel. But okay, so I think this is a golden opportunity for Carl to get himself out of this clearly poisonous relationship.
I would not dispute that point.
If she's worried that she's not going to be able to text him for hours at a time,
that's the first part I was gonna.
Carl, go full ghost right now.
Yes.
Okay. You're not in a relationship anymore. She doesn't exist. She can't break up with you. She can't hurt your feelings because she's not real. She never existed. It's only the gaming system. Be with it.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Carl, that was the first thing I was going to throw at you. So if she was going to get upset of not being able to text you for a few hours, that's a problem, right? You already have some kind of weird interdependency thing that's not healthy, right? If she can't not talk to you for a few hours, what happens if you miss talking to her for a day? Is it a big issue? That's ridiculous, right? And I know people
spend your time playing with strangers online. and get out of this. Yeah.
There you go. And I know you said you're in school. I assume that means high school, right? So of course
Yeah.
there's a maturity issue here as well. Carl, sorry, but you're young. Um,
I'm saying if Carl has this gaming laptop, use it to game
yes.
like ghost Becky Sue, because
Becky.
you'll find another one, and and yeah, Carl, for God's sake, delete Instagram. I mean, what are you doing? Like
That's what the young people
go-
use these days. Instagram. That's like all
well,
the
if
rage.
Carl wants to be a real gamer, then he needs to get his shit together, stop playing on the social media, and game. He has this. He took 3 years to save up for a gaming laptop. I expect him to frickin' use it. He said he was going to use it. He should. He doesn't have time for relationships, especially with silly girls who don't understand the importance of playing video games.
who need texting every couple hours for validation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what? She no longer exists, Carl. Only the gaming system exists. Go with it. Be at peace.
Yeah, Carl. I almost kind of have to agree with Ben. It seems like there is an incompatibility in this relationship here. For something that's so important and passionate to you, she
Maybe
has
you
zero
almost
interest
have
in.
to agree with me.
Well,
Almost.
we've
As
been.
if- what?
I mean, I'm just
solid,
thinking.
solid advice.
I'm just thinking about what you kind of told Andrew back there, and I'm a little
What?
punching his girlfriend's mother.
I said punch Nazis.
Right.
It's not. What is not?
No,
if-
absolutely, you should punch
No.
Nazis. Absolutely.
Yeah. There you go. That's
There
it.
you
That's
go.
what I'm saying.
So Carl, yeah, guys clearly have incompatibilities. If something is that important to you and you're that passionate about it, right? You don't suppress yourself just to get a girl. You know what I mean? Because it's either gonna end now or later if you keep doing that, because you kind of can keep that up forever. So it's probably better to just part ways and find someone who has more compatible interests with you, right? Or is willing
When you
to
think about it,
accept your interests.
well, and he spent 3 years saving up for this gaming system.
Right,
So
which
this
means
is
that
high
it's-
school. So we're talking. This is a lot of work and time
Right.
and effort that's gone into it. Much more than has gone into this relationship that has only been kind
Yes.
of going on for a few months.
100%.
So you know what? It's time to cut that cord, plug in the new one of the whatever laptop you got, and just go
There
to
you go.
town and
Plug in your USB cord and mouse away.
just tell everyone you've got a Canadian girlfriend in Canada. And she's
There you
real.
go. There you go. But and I think there is an age component here, right? I think as you get older, I think people become more accepting of having different hobbies and stuff, right? For example, like my wife doesn't game at all, and it's fine. I have my gaming time. I have my not gaming time, right? And we're able to have our respective hobbies.
How do you?
I think
How
it's
how is she able to text you during the day when you are gaming?
Yeah, it's called. She does not. It's called. We see each other later in the day. I know.
Okay, so she's able to go without or
Correct.
for hours at a
Correct.
time without
Yeah,
texting?
hours, literal hours, and she assumes I will be there when she finally does text me or comes home and sees me. And
What happens if you don't answer her text immediately? Does she assume that you're dead?
not that I'm dead, but she does get irritated. To be fair.
Okay.
So that is a thing. But regardless, like I said, as you get older, it becomes a little different. It's okay to have different hobbies, but the other person needs to respect your hobbies, and give you
Right.
time for them, right? And then it's balance. You balance time with the girlfriend, you balance time with your hobbies. So, be no problem with that. And if she's not willing to do that, Carl, you gotta get that relationship, as painful as that may be. So.
And if you're going to be a serious gamer, having a Discord server up on the back there with your girlfriend chiming in, that's not the way.
You're distracting.
Yeah, until he gets to be a real, until you become like an influencer of some kind.
Yeah.
Or,
I respect where that comes from. Like Carl's thinking is like, hey, get her involved with it, right? And that's a very noble,
oh, absolutely.
positive thought.
But the minute that she was like, I am like, not only am I going to be bored, she's threatening breakup
Right.
already. Like when
Right.
when you are threatened with a breakup, it
Right.
is best
to break up. Yes,
get that over with.
I
Just-
agree. Don't let anyone hold
is-
men or girl or boy, man or woman, any man or man, whatever kind of relationship. Don't let anyone that you're in a relationship with hold you hostage over the fate of that relationship.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
I
Your
know,
gaming
but
system
yes.
will never hold you hostage.
Your gaming system will
Well,
not hold you hostage until Windows
you might
decides to
feel that way,
upgrade when
but-
you don't want to. Yes.
Right. And that's okay.
Yes. So there you go, Carl. So hopefully that helps. Difficult as that is, good luck. If you need further assistance, let us know. So
Yeah, you can write us back, but in the meantime, enjoy that gaming system.
yes.
And enjoy not having a girlfriend.
Yes.
That you never had. She never existed.
Right. All right, cool. All right. Oh,
All right.
it is time for the speed round.
We have a speed round.
We do.
All right, and you
Time
are
for
up,
speed
sir,
rounds.
this week.
The speed round's up. So
Um,
let me get the timer set up. See, where's ours? 60 seconds on the clock. So again, the way the speed round works is we have 5 questions with require rapid fire answer, and we are going to we need to answer in 1 minute. So 1 minute's the goal. We have 1 minute on the clock, and the clock will start after the first question is read. And I guess I'm answering questions today, right?
Yes, you are up.
So
I mean, when you're ready for me to start reading.
yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll hold the timer as soon as you. Okay. I am ready. I
Okay.
believe I'm ready.
What color would you eat a crayon straight out of the box?
Periwinkle.
You had to eat.
Periwinkle.
What is your least favorite planet?
Oh, shit, Mercury.
What are 3 items that if you purchased at a store, you'd get weird looks from the cashier?
I guess lube, tampons, and cat food. I guess in that order.
Okay.
One run.
Why does how does no one ever die in GI Joe battles?
Because it's a cartoon for children. You can't kill people and children. Also, they invent so many characters. All right, I got a couple. They invent so many characters. They invest time in creating these characters with their backgrounds and their personalities and the voice actors and everything. They can't afford to kill them because they run out of characters if you keep people getting shot. So.
And what is the worst pickup line you've ever heard?
Oh God. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No, I
That'd be
haven't.
my answer there. See, it worked.
Wait, what's the? Okay, that one you missed.
The Darth Plagueis the Wise one.
I don't even understand it.
Hey man, if a girl's gonna be into, someone's gonna be into what you're into, you gotta throw it right out there. I think sometimes.
Yeah, you say like, I don't know. You say, hey, is your phone in your back pocket? Because your ass is calling me. You know, I mean,
Right.
you want to have
No,
something.
that's-
I like, I don't know, like, oh, like, hey girl, are you a communist? Because I feel an uprising coming.
No,
Um,
no, I choose to go nerd with it, because then I feel if it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I misread the question. Worst line I've heard, or the worst line I would potentially use. Maybe that was the
Oh no, this is the worst line you've heard.
shit. Worst line I heard. Probably something like that. Probably something like, what's
You're
another
so
one?
hot,
Like,
I'd burn every single chair on earth just so you'd have to sit on my face.
oh, what I heard one. What was one someone told me once? I want to suck your dad's dick so I could taste the recipe. What do you think of that one?
That's bad. Yeah.
It's pretty bad, right?
Yeah. Although, if the woman, if that actually works, you have found a life partner. 'Cause I
Right.
think if that's a connection, that was you have activated your Winter Soldier, and
Oh my
you guys are
God.
meant to be.
Oh
So
my God.
that's awesome.
Yeah, or the one that I was with a friend that actually uses one. Is like, you remind me of my little toe. I'll probably bang you on the coffee table later when I'm drunk.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Again, ones I would never use.
Right. Exactly.
I would ask about Darth Plagueis the Wise. That's what I would do.
And she'd be like, "Nerd," and
Right.
walk away.
And, or fall madly in love with me and we live happily ever after.
Or that.
Right.
Yeah. Most likely the former.
Most likely, yes.
I think for the crayon that I eat straight out of the box, like there
Yeah.
is a crayon called caramel, and so like maybe it
Right.
would be like more sugary than the others. Or, like,
I thought about caramel, but I didn't want to ruin the potential flavor of actual caramel when I ate it at a later time.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I would
There's
say
really
like
no
bright
periwinkle
colors,
food.
like pink or red, are generally like would be sweeter or something than you might think brown with chocolate, but you could get something else that's terrible. So,
Agreed.
yeah.
Agreed.
For me, my least favorite planet I think it's Venus, because it's like
Venus. What's your problem
Well,
with Venus?
It has okay. First of all, the temperatures are lead melting. Its
Sure.
atmosphere is essentially water, and it rains sulfuric acid.
Yes.
So that seems like an unpleasant place to be. Although I have heard Uranus is definitely the least explored planet, but that's not what I heard about you. So
I somehow knew that was coming.
you should have.
Right. No, well, because Venus, I believe, has scientific value in studying it because, there was there was the idea that it formed in a similar way to Earth before, runaway greenhouse effect kind of kicked in and made it uninhabitable. So at least we could learn things from Venus.
Oh.
But Mercury is basically like an asteroid that got captured and is, rolling around the sun and is a complete
That's true.
desolate
Just a little hot
nothing.
rock.
It's just a little hot rock of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of why I chose that one. But
I'd rather be Mercury than Pluto. I mean,
Pluto's no longer a
Pluto's
planet.
dropped as a planet.
I was going to
Oh,
say
yeah,
that, but
I
it's no
mean,
longer a
to you.
planet. Oh, you still accept it? You still accept it as a planet, as a one true
I
planet?
accept it as because I believe that it should be grandfathered in, and that you cannot take back planet status after planet status has been given, and you have already been named a Disney character.
Yeah, but they didn't know. They saw it, and they didn't realize there was other shit that's floating out there with Pluto.
Right? Yeah, but that's not fair to Pluto. Like no one's taking Pluto's feelings into account, or my feelings either. Like the fact that the scientists can just take Pluto away, I think that's wrong.
Okay, fair. But
I mean,
yeah,
just because Pluto's a little smaller, it's a dwarf planet. But
Right.
so is a smaller planet not a planet? It's just
it's a Kuiper belt object, but yes, but like I said, it's tough because there are many. So now, just because it was first discovered, you got to discount every other one that you might find there of similar size and characteristics.
yeah. Yes, yeah. So you think of Pluto as just like a remnant of the Kuiper belt,
Yes.
and like that's just
Yes.
the asteroid belt.
Yes.
All right. Well, I like Pluto more than that, but it's not it's least. But I would say,
That's But so you would also not have chosen Pluto as your least favorite planet, even if it was still.
I'd not. I would have chose Uranus. Yeah, absolutely.
My anus specifically.
The planet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
gross.
I went somewhere weird with that.
Come on. Oh my god. Like, dude, come on. Be serious.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So what
If
else
I
did
had
we
to buy
hit?
3 items. Okay, 3 items at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I think a good idea would be
Because you're well, just to be clear, because your checkout line like tells a story. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
if you're sitting there, because what I do, I don't know if everybody else does this too, but like when you're sitting there in line, you look at what the person's buying. I look at what they have, and you learn about that person just by looking at the shit they're buying. You know what I mean? So there's a tale to be told there.
I mean, I like to think most cashiers are probably not paying attention, but if you did want to get attention,
Yes.
the first thing you could do is come with a pack of condoms,
Yes.
and then just say you don't have enough money, and then return with scotch tape and plastic wrap, and then try to purchase that, and see if you get anything from the cashier, because they'll, maybe they'll say something, maybe they'll not,
Right.
or this one.
That's a
it's
double. That's a double visit,
but-
though. It's a double visit. What you're talking about.
But they get work. Like if you go into Target and you buy a pregnancy test,
Yes.
a big thing of garbage bags, and a coat hanger,
Oh.
like they you'll get weird looks. That's,
Oh.
but
I'm-
but for me personally, I would say like you go in, buy a banana, a condom, and some Vaseline. Maybe you'll get some.
That's
you
pretty
might-
good
might
too.
get-
Actually, that's not bad.
You'll get some weird looks, but you still have an excellent time, and don't fuck them for judging.
Right. I would.
Don't think shame.
Yeah, I was thinking from the perspective to what you just said about like I want someone to think I'm odd, like because the other thing I was thinking, well, what about like duct tape, chlorophyll, and you know what I mean, like
Chloroform.
chloroform.
what-
that's what I meant, and
What,
You know
what,
what I mean?
what stores do you frequent that sell chloroform?
typically not available.
Where's the
point.
chloroform section of your local Ace
I
Hardware?
need to get to it right now.
Yeah, I need chloroform right this minute. I also
Immediately.
need a white handkerchief, please.
Right. It's the guy on my.
And I need some quiet shoes because I need to sneak up on someone from behind.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
I, so yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's true. That's pretty reasonable and fair.
As
Isn't
to
there
why
stuff?
no one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to the GI Joe one because I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of like so no one ever dies
No.
because they have. Well, okay. First of all, the GI Joe conflict is the biggest. It's the largest wartime conflict to ever result without a single casualty.
Yes.
And I think it's a combination of everyone has terrible aim, like AKA stormtroopers. They all have like superhuman jumping ability, like
Yes.
you like can like jump over cars and stuff.
Sure.
They have parachutes that never fail, and like
Right.
they can open, like they can be 10 feet off the ground. Boom,
Thunk, thunk,
parachute,
right down.
person's
Perfectly.
totally fine,
Perfectly down. Yeah.
and not so much as a beret askew.
Shooting as they're coming down
They
too.
just- Yeah. So I
They
just think
also
it's-
did you notice in the cartoons they pretty much there wasn't it wasn't even real guns. They shot lasers.
no,
Notice
they
that?
shot lasers, blue and red lasers.
Blue
Yeah.
and red lasers, yeah. So it wasn't even like so they were so trying to abstract it away. I mean, remember this was the era too when like the what was it called the Parent Television Council or whatever it was like
Mhm.
they're the ones that like neutered the Super Friends. Remember, it used to be Super Friends, and they used to like beat up bad guys and like, oh no, this is too violent for children, and you need to tone this down. So it was all like, happy holding hands, and became the
Right.
more focused on the Friends part of Super Friends than the
Right.
Super part.
Like they pretended everyone liked Aquaman and that he wasn't completely useless.
And that's when the Wonder Twins came with
And the Wonder Twins came in.
Wendy, Marvin, and
elephant.
Wonder Dog. Right? Remember them? It was
Oh my good
yeah,
lord.
it was so bad. So
One
bad.
turns into an elephant, one turns into a form of water.
Yeah,
I want to be an ice bridge. And
censors.
Yeah.
Yeah, censorship ruins everything. And then the right, so it was kind of like left over from that era. So if they had an actual, like this is like an army show where people kill terrorists and terrorists blow
like
up
Saving
people,
Private Ryan.
right? Like the opening
Like
scene
Saving
of
Private Ryan mixed with 24. Like Kiefer
Right.
Sutherland's 24.
or a Tom Clancy
think-
novel of some kind, some kind.
That would have, or like a Jack Reacher book. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would have
yeah,
gotten really engaged. Like,
Right.
definitely, but like you would need Mortal Kombat level violence, I think.
Yes.
In order to really.
And
be
that
entertaining.
would not have flown for a Saturday morning cartoon for children.
Right. And so that's
But-
what we got was like we got super parachutes and blue and red lasers. That's what
Right,
we got.
but I do think too there was a component of again the characters were created, there was effort put into them for reasons. You don't want to kill a character off because then people wouldn't buy the action figure, because that was all tied into the merchandising as well.
Well, that was the huge deal they made with Transformers the movie, and then they killed Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but they came back. Came back in
And
the cartoon.
right, because people went crazy. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking in that.
There was speaking of GI Joe, so there was you remember GI Joe the movie,
Mhm.
the animated movie. So it was Serpentor threw the snake and it hit Duke in the chest.
Right.
And it was basically like the excuse to keep Duke out of the action so that the new characters could sort of rise up and the occasion and sort of be more featured and that kind of thing. So there was an original ending that Duke
Cobra
died.
Commander died once.
He
Cobra
got
Commander died in the comics.
He got yes, Cobra Commander died. But I'm saying just even in the cartoon that was again geared towards children. Duke was stabbed. There was blood, and Duke fell down. He went to the hospital while the rest of the movie happened. And then at the end, the original scene was that Duke died. So
And then they took that out.
the censors got a hold of it and said, no, this is not going to happen. And they changed this to dialogue to, oh, Duke, we just heard he's going to pull through. You know what I mean? Like, G.I.
And instead, they killed Optimus Prime.
Instead, they
robot.
decided to let kill it because it's a robot, right? Robot.
And like they never like when the human beings get into like Bumblebee or Optimus Prime, like if they transform, those human beings are going to be
I
like
think you get
ground like
squished.
shredded meat.
I think so.
They would just be they would be torn asunder.
Yeah, we're
and-
squished and stuff because like this thing
Yeah.
the seat you were sitting in now is turned into part of the chest and it's like a whole.
Exactly. Like any sort of biological material that might have been within those massively folding iron plates
Yes.
would definitely be destroyed.
And I was wondering, like, what if
Um,
you leave stuff in the glove box or something? You know what I mean? If you leave like your, I don't know, your iPod or your any device in there, it just gets
I don't know, I guess-
destroyed.
I guess it depends on what part of the robot it becomes, really.
Right.
I mean,
Right, it could
the
just
glove
fall out.
box becomes like, yeah, exactly. Like it could just fall out during the transform, or it could, all of a sudden become your left hand or whatever.
We're really
you don't know.
we're really analyzing this. This is deep, deep topic. What was the other one? We did the crayon. I think that was cover thing, right? We covered the crayon, the planet,
Yeah, I think we.
the cashiers. I did like your answer for the grocery store. That was pretty good. And I am. I admit that. I'm such a voyeur in the grocery store. I stare at what everybody buys. I'm looking and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, it's like I would not want to be your friend, or I would like to learn more about you, kind of thing, or
Well, I mean,
like that.
there's always like you see the person who's got just like 18 cans of cat food
And no
like
kitty litter,
seven
right?
seven Hungry Man dinners, and beer.
Exactly. And it's like you look at that, you go, oh, okay. Right.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Right.
Oh.
Or when they buy the
Goes to
sandwich
bed at
meat
night,
but not
yeah.
the bread, you're like, why are you buying the meat without the bread? It's just kind of like things like that. So there you go. All right, well there we go. That was our speed round, and I hope you guys got something from that, because I know we did. Like to dive
Yeah,
into
I
these
certainly
topics,
did.
these
I didn't.
important topics.
I hadn't really thought about the planet thing all that much, but you kind of had me rethinking my feelings on Pluto.
Yeah, no, it's
You know,
good. We're here to open up
when
doors.
science happens and the facts change, you gotta have to move with the facts.
Yeah. I mean, you take the good, you take the bad, you take the both, and there you have.
Facts of life.
Boom.
The facts of life. And then it's time to grow and show. And anyway, I couldn't pull that out of somewhere.
Rowan show. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. So we're good for this week. So we're gonna sign off. So again, go to the link that should be. I'm gonna point. It's like
Is it down here?
it's below you. Yeah, it's below you. It's down there.
For
And it takes
the-
you to our Discord server, and there's also a link there for our question submission form. So please submit your
Yes.
questions, because we thrive on it. The things you ask, we love to. It's like
This-
like food to
this
us.
does not exist without you.
Right.
This is
Exactly.
you are you provide the mana and
Mana, good reference. It's a collaborative effort for sure. So we definitely need you guys. And we'll be here next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern US time, and we will answer the next set of questions that we have. And in the meantime, remember on Sundays we're going to be here. There's going to be gaming here, so please feel free to check out the schedule below and come join us then. That's on Tuesdays at that's on Sundays at 9 p.m. So
Awesome.
that said, we're gonna sign
Next
off.
week.
Green pants,
Doing a
as
couple more
always.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to be helpful. Hopefully, we made some
Absolutely.
relationships,
Hey.
ruined some others.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Mhm.
It'll all work itself out in payroll.
I think that's true. Didn't we we basically recommended the ending of relationships today, which is an unfortunate thing, but sometimes for the best.
I as I said, I have opinions and I state them out loud.
And we appreciate that.
That's how things work now.
That's
I'm just watching everybody else.
how it works.
I
Till next time.
state them definitively and with confidence, and that makes them true.
There you go. And with that, we will be signing off and catch you next
Bye.
time. And remember, again, we're just